What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and today we have a very lightning-ish episode for you in both aspects of the way of Lightning Lane, actually testing it out. Mom and I just got back from Disney World, and also lightning on the ferry, which we got stuck on the ferry. We got hit into pylons. Don't go anywhere because I have footage of what we were on, and it was crazy. Stick around. Before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps our channel out. And Mom, we just got back from Disney. How are you?
Oh, I'm still recovering because we did over 26,000 steps on Tuesday, but it was well worth it.
And that is probably because of the Lightning Lane, which we will talk to you in just a second. But also, everybody knows before. Did I say like and subscribe, Mom?
Yes, you did.
Okay, don't forget. I almost forgot it. Let's go ahead and. What were you saying?
I said you forgot.
Oh, well, I always forget. Let's be honest here. Let's see here. I got to give you access so you are able to see the screen. You should be able to see it now.
Got it.
All right. Everybody knows while you are stopping by, if you are new, we always go over the ride closure. So if you are going to Disney this weekend or in the near future, you know what is available for you. These rides are definitely not available for you because they are down for maintenance. What's the first one, Mom?
Okay. So the first one is Test Track, closed June 17th. So that'll be back up. We don't know when. Could be 10 months, could be 12 months, could be 24 months.
And this is actually a pretty big deal for Lightning Lane because there are so few rides in Epcot. This is one of the one stagers or one tiers. So
Tier
it knocks
one.
it tier one. So it knocks it down pretty far to only 3 rides that are tier ones. So this is a big close down for them.
Okay. And then we have Peter Pan closed July 8th. It's supposed to be opening August 20th, so that's not far off. And then Jungle Cruise is going to close August 26th and then open sometime in November. So if you're planning on hitting that Jungle Cruise, which we don't know why, but if you're planning on hitting Jungle Cruise, make sure you get there by the end of August.
Which now that Jungle Cruise could really be cool for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. Like they could hide people in there and whatnot. But now that it's going to be closed throughout the whole Mickey's Not So Scary.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Like
should be.
Pirates, like they do Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So, oh well.
or the Villains Night. That was Villains Night that we did.
But that's great news for everybody else because that is only 3 rides that are shut down for scheduled maintenance. So that's fantastic. Disney's doing a good job with keeping their rides up for the most part. But why you stopped by, everybody, the Lightning Lane, we have firsthand experience. This is just going to be an episode on tips and tricks on how you can use it, what we as Mom and I used. Our plan was just to experience it, to see how easy the app was. And then we're going to show you our timeline of the day. We're not going to go through every single ride that we did because that would take way too long.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. But the savings we had in line was what, Mom? How many minutes of saving by by using the Lightning Lane did we have?
The Lightning Lanes that we have for the ride wait times total, the standby times total 290 minutes, just under 5 hours of wait time. We were able to get on those exact rides for 36 minutes. So that is a 4.5 hour savings of your day.
All for $18. So what I did first, was we wanted to try to save some money just because our last episode was saving 40%. And I wanted to show you how easy it really was. So the idea was on Tuesday morning to leave our house down in Southwest Florida and drive up. We left at about 6 o'clock, got to the park at 9 o'clock at Epcot because it was $18. I didn't want to pay $29 to go to Magic Kingdom first. So we went to Epcot. The idea was to go over to Magic Kingdom to see how easy it was to get rides.
When did you book that?
I booked that on Sunday night. We got there Tuesday. So 2 days in advance. Way after the 7 days in advance for hotel guests and 3 days in advance for just normal people going. I was able to get our first lightning lane was in Epcot at Soarin' for oh excuse me for 9:05. And the reason why I did 9:05, it didn't have to be Soarin'. It could have been Figment. It could have been Living with the Land. These are the rides that we went on while we were there. But you want to get as early as possible so you can start moving things around. If you got a lightning lane at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you cannot start moving or adjusting your schedule around the way you want it to until you scan in that first ride. So it's important that right when you get into the park, you try to scan your lightning lane right away so you can see and you can finagle the system a little bit. Just on the screen so you can see, we're not going to go through every ride because once we get to Hollywood Studios, it's too much. But the SB is standby line, what it was listed while we were there. The lightning lane is the time that we actually got into the lane. If it's an X, we didn't use the lightning lane because we didn't need it. It was just standby. And the real is how many minutes we actually waited. So, for example, on Soarin', 9:25 is when we got into the lightning lane line. We waited 14 minutes to get on the actual ride, not the pre-show, not anything, but that's actually stepping on the ride, sitting down on it. So you'll see everything is sitting on the ride, not waiting for a pre-show. Sometimes there's extra lines after you get the pre-show, but I'm talking about sitting on your butt on the ride, ready to go. Right?
Right.
Did I miss anything, Mom?
I don't think you missed anything yet. We'll see.
Okay, so we went on 3 rides at Epcot. Very easy. It was early in the morning. But right when we got on Figment, hey, I got Mini Mickey, I got Hollywood Studio or Hollywood Tower of Terror. So we're like, you know what? Instead of going to Magic Kingdom, let's just jump over on the Skyliner and go to Hollywood Studios.
And that's what we did. And this park is where we saved tremendously. And just remember, we didn't have these booked.
None of these were booked. The only thing that I booked prior, which was Sunday night, was Soarin'. These are all just during the day. Once I had that Soarin' booked, this is when I started maneuvering and started working the system.
So we did Runaway. What's Runaway?
Minnie and Mickey's Runaway. Yeah, okay. Something like that.
Tower of Terror, Toy Story Mania. We did that 2 times because the first time we went through, one of the screens wasn't working with the 3D. And we politely just mentioned to the cast member when we got off that one area wasn't working. And they said, oh, we're sorry about that. Would you like to go again?
Yeah.
So they put us on again and made sure it was okay.
If a ride doesn't meet your expectations, if something's broken, please tell a cast member. Not only does it help them because they might not know, but also you might get another ride out of it. And just like we did here, we didn't expect to go on another time. We were just telling them because we had to make it to another ride. They were like, hey, you want to go on again? We're like, sure. And we got right on again. So we did that twice. It was awesome. Still at Hollywood Studios?
Still at Hollywood with Smuggler's Run, Star Tours, Rock and Roller Coaster. And we did a private meet and greet with Darth Vader using the Disney Chase Visa. But if you have a Disney Chase Visa,
you get free a meet and greet with Darth Vader. It's awesome.
Yep. So, I mean, just look at it. 55 standby for Smuggler's Run, and we were on in 7 minutes. I mean, that was just amazing.
Yeah,
Star Wars, awesome. Sometimes you can do a walk-on, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, and this is when it's not even 2 o'clock yet, and we were like, you know what? We might as well see if we can make it to all 4 parks. So this is when we decided to take the bus over to Animal Kingdom.
Because you checked Animal Kingdom, and what did you book?
We booked Everest.
Everest, that's right. Or Everest or Safari? I guess it was Everest.
We booked both because we had the last ride at...
oh, that's right.
We booked both because the last ride at, at Hollywood Studios was Rock and Roller Coaster. So we were able to do both back to back to back. And we also got the 4 o'clock Lightning Lane for Lion King show. And then while I was waiting in the Lion King show, I looked down at Magic Kingdom because that was our next stop. And I was able to get us Tiana's at 5:05.
Tiana's. Now, we didn't get out of Animal Kingdom. The Lion King show didn't get out until 4:30. And we needed to hop on a bus. So what time did we get to Magic Kingdom? At
5:18.
And our original Lightning Lane
was 5:05.
Expired 5:05.
Mm-hmm.
We got there at 5:30, and just decided. Now, if you're not familiar with it, they have two lines. One is a virtual queue, one is lightning lane. We had the lightning lane. We were able to get on in 9 minutes, and they didn't even question about us being late.
Just walked right through.
Blue
it was awesome. And
so
then right after that,
okay. Yeah, okay. I was just going to say, so if you think that you're going to miss it, don't give up. Like, don't say, oh my gosh, we're 10 minutes late, they're not going to let us in, and not go. Always go.
Yep. And then right when we were in Tiana's, I was like, hey, Big Thunder Mountain's right next door. Let me just book this real quick. We got on there as a 45-minute standby wait. We got up in the lightning lane line at 5:54. We waited 6 minutes until we were actually on that train, which I don't remember it being as bumpy as it is. So that was pretty crazy. And luckily, right at 6 o'clock, we got off of there, and we saw a storm rolling in.
Yes. But before that, I just want to say, when we went to the parks on Tuesday morning, my thought was maybe we'll do Epcot in one other park. But because the system was working so well and so many things were popping up, because they do drop some rides in throughout the day, we were able to get all of this done. Never in a million years would I thought that we had been able to do that. It was just amazing.
Yeah. And on our way out, we were going to take the monorail because we wanted to do another ride. The lady said the monorail was closed down because of lightning in the area. The only option is to take the ferry. So we jumped on the ferry.
Yeah, the storm was rolling in. You could see it coming across the lake. It started to rain. The wind was picking up. Go.
Yeah, the ferry, they said, hey, jump on the ferry. We jumped on it. It started moving at 6:24. We didn't get back until 6:44. 20 minutes later, and it normally is a 3-minute ride. And this is the reason. If you have not heard about it, we'll show you a clip real quick of what the reason was.
Sorry, guys.
Absolute bumper cars.
Is it fair to say that the reason why the camera was being tilted here and there is you being tossed around?
We hit that, and that was after we hit the first time where the pilot didn't see the actual pylon. But it was probably one of the scarier situations I've been in Disney, just because the captain had no control over the ferry. The winds picked up drastically. It was an interesting experience. Everybody was pretty frightened, and how hard we hit some of those pylons is, I don't know if they're used to that.
I truly believe that if those pylons weren't there that he hit first, that we would have definitely blown into the Polynesian villas on the water.
Yeah, I think, and probably the pylons are there for that exact reason. Because the engines on that ferry, I'm assuming, are not very strong, which is why he had no control, because the wind was just gusting it around. But we made it. I don't know about the boat. I don't know if there's any damages to the boat. We never stuck around to look because it was raining too hard. We wanted to get out of there.
We were fortunate, though. We were fortunate because they did say that they were going to have buses back to Epcot, because that's where we parked.
Yeah.
So we went right over to where the buses were, and there were 3 cast members there, and they were waiting for the bus to come. We probably got on and out of that area in less than 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And I saw where people were waiting at that spot for more than an hour to get back.
Yeah, the storm was bad, but overall experience in the lightning lane was, we cannot say any. I mean, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. And yes, we understand it was just 2 of us. You might not get that lucky. It might have been a lighter day. But as you can see with some of the times, we still saved just under 5 hours of waiting in line time. So for it to be not that busy, 5 hours of saving in line and doing over close to 20 rides, I think we did over the day, and 4 parks. And we stopped at 6 o'clock at night. That was it. It's not like we went into 9 o'clock at night like we should have. Man, we did a lot, and we are believers in it now. And was it really that bad just to do one ride at Epcot to save the $11 or $22 for us? No.
Right. No, because we got to do our 4 parks.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
And,
So
and we thought we were going to avoid the ticket and transportation center, but the storm didn't want us to do that.
exactly.
So,
But Mom, let's hear the joke of the day, and then we can let these fine people move on with their lives.
okay, what do you call it when it rains cats and dogs? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. What do you call it when it rains chickens and ducks?
No idea.
Foul weather. And that's a shout out. I've got a shout out to Megan McDonald because she posted or she left a message that she actually likes dad jokes, even though I'm the mom. So that's for you, Megan.
Well, I mean, you probably paid her to say that or something, and I think she was referring to the Jungle Cruise, not to your jokes.
No, she was my jokes. It was my jokes. Yeah. So anyway, you're right. You are absolutely right. But I can take that if I want to. So anyway, have a great weekend. Stay dry. I know we're supposed to be getting some bad weather again this coming week. Just stay away from the ferries. And I'm going to sign off. I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and this is the Mom and Son Show.